Something extraordinary is happening in global politics. While the world struggles with uncertainty, trade tensions, and unpredictable alliances, one country is quietly taking a leading role. That country is Canada, and the person driving this transformation is Prime Minister Mark Carney. Unlike leaders who rely on loud speeches or confrontational tactics, Carney has chosen a path of calm, strategy, and measured action. In just over a year, he has shifted Canada from being a follower on the global stage to a respected and influential voice. When Carney took office, the world was watching the United States under Donald Trump. Trade wars, tariffs, and sudden policy shifts created instability. For Canada, which depends heavily on its southern neighbor for trade and security, the stakes were high. Jobs, businesses, and economic stability were directly affected by every new headline coming from Washington. Carney understood that leadership in this moment required more than domestic policies. It required strategic thinking, international credibility, and a clear vision. He leveraged his experience as a global economist and former central banker to navigate a turbulent world. His approach emphasized cooperation, stability, and long-term planning rather than reacting impulsively to crises. In early 2026, Carney delivered a speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos, where he argued that middle powers like Canada must play a bigger role in shaping the future. The speech caught global attention and highlighted a new era of Canadian diplomacy. For a country often overshadowed by larger powers, this was a defining moment. Canada has made significant moves since then. In January 2026, it reached a trade agreement with China that lowered tariffs on key exports, including agricultural goods and electric vehicles.
And how long can he sustain that, or is he sustaining it?
I think that Canadians are very proud of Mark Carney as he does his job in relation to Trump. He shows up at a meeting where he's made to sit in that dunce chair in the White House, and yet even though Trump tries to talk over him the whole time, the clips that he does manage to get out make a lot of sense and have everybody nodding agreement.
This marked a major economic opening and showed that Canada could negotiate independently while protecting its interests. Meanwhile, Canada strengthened ties with Japan through a new partnership covering trade, technology, energy, and security. This move demonstrated that Canada was ready to expand influence beyond traditional alliances. On the security front, Canada collaborated with Nordic countries to enhance military cooperation and reduce dependence on the United States. These partnerships are designed to create stronger middle power alliances capable of contributing to global stability. Carney has also focused on diplomacy in areas of conflict. Recently, Canada pushed for a joint effort between the G7 and Middle Eastern countries to reduce tensions and prevent escalation. By acting as a mediator, Canada is signaling that it can be a stabilizing force in global politics, not just a participant. Domestically, Carney faces challenges as well. Ambitious climate policies have met resistance from major oil companies. Inflation and economic pressures continue to affect Canadians, and critics question whether international successes translate into benefits at home. Despite these challenges, Carney's leadership has strengthened Canada's global reputation. Nations are increasingly seeking collaboration with Canada because of its consistent, credible, and pragmatic approach. Countries no longer see Canada as a minor player. They see it as a partner that can help navigate uncertainty. This shift is stark compared to the volatile strategies of other global powers, which often rely on short-term leverage and pressure. Instead of creating instability, Canada is building stability, reinforcing alliances, and shaping outcomes through diplomacy and strategy. The impact is visible in public opinion. Many Canadians express pride in their country's rising international profile. While domestic debates continue, there is growing recognition that Canada is being led with competence and foresight. This period may come to be known as Canada's Quiet Revolution. In a world dominated by unpredictability, a middle power has proven that calm, strategic leadership can achieve influence without confrontation. Carney has transformed Canada's role on the global stage in just over a year. He has shown that leadership is not about noise or spectacle. It is about vision, credibility, and action. As global events continue to unfold, one lesson is clear. Countries that invest in stability, cooperation, and long-term strategy will shape the future. Canada is leading by example, and Mark Carney is at the center of that transformation. For viewers following international news, the story of Canada under Carney is not just political, it is a lesson in leadership, strategy, and influence. Pay attention, because this quietly rising power is showing the world that calm, calculated leadership can change the rules entirely.